Hey, it's Taylor, and welcome to Pro Dribble Moves. Now, this video is going to be a lot different than the other videos in our series. If you've seen some of our other programs, maybe Scoring Secrets, you've probably seen how we usually break down moves, and that's just me on the court doing the moves, showing you how to do them. But with this, we're actually going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to take video of actual NBA players, the players who are, in my opinion, the guys to watch on the perimeter. And we're going to break down what they do and what makes them so successful as guards or forwards or wing players. And we're going to give that to you. So we're going to break down all their moves. We're going to take, again, in my opinion, the best perimeter players, and we're going to show you exactly what they do so that you can apply them to your game as well and get the same type of success. So to start off, I got a video for you. It's kind of a highlight video of, again, the guys who are, in my opinion, the best perimeter players. You might have a different opinion of who is the best perimeter player, but in any case, these are the guys that we're going to study for this video. You're going to get a lot of moves and tricks and secrets from them, and you'll be able to apply them to your game to really beat anybody off the dribble. So let's get into that video right now, and I'll see you on the other side where we'll start breaking down some of those moves in detail. So let's get started. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that short little video clip. Those are really, in my opinion, a few of the players to watch. Obviously, they're not the very best perimeter players in the game. There's guys like Kobe and so on, but those are some guys that if you're a guard or a wing player, you should definitely watch what they do on the court. And that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to break down some of the deadliest perimeter players in the game and the players that you should be studying if you want to really master moves like the killer crossover and so on. So we're going to take a look at a few of those moves right now. These moves there's 6 of them. There's the AI cross, the Allen Iverson cross. The Hardaway crossover, the look-off, a move that John Wall does very, very well. The franchise pullback, if you know Steve Francis, who isn't around too much anymore, but was at one point one of the most deadly point guard shooting guards in the league, and they called him Stevie Franchise for a reason. So that's the franchise pullback, and then the franchise pullback and cross. And then we're going to look at the D Rose shuffle, the Derrick Rose shuffle. So the first move is the Allen Iverson crossover. This is really the most famous one, and it's actually one that I personally use in my own game. I kind of stole this from Allen Iverson, and he's just the best at it. There's nobody better. So it's a pretty simple move. We're going to take a look at a video in just a second, but there's 3 steps, okay? There's 3 steps to most of these moves. The first one is the step. You're going to step in the direction that you want to fake your defender on. So if you're going to the right, you're going to step to the left. Then you do a head and shoulder shake, okay? And we detail this in the Keys to a Killer crossover video, but you do that head and shoulder shake, okay? So the shoulders go first, then the head, then it swings back. You cross over hard and explosively tight to the defender, and you explode out and go. Okay, so take a look at this quick video of Allen Iverson doing it. It's very, very simple, and if you need a little bit more information, in the Keys to the Killer crossover video, we'll detail it a lot more, and also something called the sling pattern that makes it really effective. So be sure to take a look at that. But for now, 3 steps, really simple. Step, head and shoulder, then cross and go. All right, so take a look at this video now. Okay, so that was the AI cross. Now we're going to get into the Hardaway cross, which is a significantly different crossover dribble. It's a lot different in that we don't use the head and shoulder fake. We don't use that head and shoulder shake move to shake your defender. We actually use a hard crossover dribble and then the double cross back. Okay, so the very first thing that you want to do is a quick hesitation. Okay, you want to stand up almost. You can see in that very first picture. You almost want to stand up and make your defender stand up with you. Okay, and what this does, when your defender stands up, he's kind of at a liability, right? He can't stay in his stance. He can't really move quickly from a vertical position. He's not in his stance anymore, so you want to make him stand up and then quick hard cross to the opposite side of where you're going. So if you're going to the right, you're going to quick cross to the left. And what this does is basically makes him panic, right? If he's in a stand-up position, he's going to jump to get into position and in his stance to that way that you're going. So if you sell him on that fact that you're going to the left side, he's going to jump and get over there and be already at a disadvantage. Now, all you have to do at this point is a hard cross back and then all the way to the hoop for the finish. All right, so hesitation, quick cross to the opposite side. He jumps in front to block you, you cross back and go. All right, so take a look at this video right now of Tim Hardaway doing it in action. Okay, now that was the Hardaway crossover. We're going to take a look now at the look-off, which is a move that John Wall does about as well as anybody, in my opinion. And there's 3 steps, again, to all these moves. All there is the setup. Okay, you're going to set the defender up by telegraphing. You've probably heard your coach say, don't telegraph your passes. Well, you're going to telegraph your move. Okay, so you're going to telegraph, have every indication that you're going to one side. So let's say, for the sake of the example in the picture, John Wall is going to go to the left side, his left, our right. He's going to go to the left side and kind of make his defender think that he's driving over there. See, his whole body's positioned that direction. He's really making him look like he's going to drive to the left. So his whole body's positioned that way. He even takes a dribble in that direction. then he fakes like he's going to take off and explode. So the whole time he's getting ready to explode in this direction. The whole setup, he's just getting ready to explode in that direction. It's so obvious that he's going to the left. And all of a sudden he makes his fake. The defender jumps in front. He thinks he's got him beat, right? Because he thinks he's going to the left. And all of a sudden he just crosses back and he goes to the right. Okay, so it's a total look off. Every indication, you're setting up, you're ready to go, you're looking at the drive, you're looking at the hole in the defense, you fake at it, you're ready to go, and then you cross back and go to the opposite side. It works very, very well, and John Wall does it just about better than anybody, so let's take a look at him doing it right now. Okay, so that was the look-off move, and what we're going to take a look at now is a pullback variation or a series of pullbacks that, in my opinion, Steve Francis used to do just about as well as anybody in the NBA, if not the very best in the NBA at this. So what he does is, obviously, you make a drive. Okay, you're going to drive and have your defender moving as fast as they can to stop you. So you can see the defender in the very first picture is really trying to keep up with his drive. All right, so he's sold him on the fact that he's driving, and all of a sudden he just pulls back, goes between the legs, and stands up. All right, so the defender's momentum is all shifting backwards, and then from there you got to make a decision. Okay, so if the defender, maybe he was so sold on the fact that you were driving that he's jumped in front, all his momentum's going back, you got to pull back and shoot that basketball, right? So you got a lot of room in that space. If your defender really thinks that you're driving and he jumps back to cover your drive, you got a lot of room to shoot the basketball, so that's what you do. But in this instance, Steve Francis, his defender's a little bit better and knew he was going to pull back, so he comes and jumps to basically cover the shot, right? All his momentum's going forwards. So now what Steve Francis does is he makes a decision. Am I going to shoot? Am I going to cross over? Or am I going to drive? So the very next thing he does here is he's going to obviously drive, pull back. He stands up. His defender's looking. What's he going to do? He actually makes a double crossover and shakes his defender right out of his jersey. Okay, so that's something that you can do. But remember, the critical concept is the decision. Okay, recognize your defender. The pullback is a move in itself that is incredibly effective. Obviously, it works very, very well. Steve Francis does it very well. So you drive, sell your defender on the drive, pull back. If you got a big gap now, shoot the basketball. If they lunge forward, all you do is attack and go right by them if they lunge forward. Or if they're a little bit off balance, you can do a double cross and shake like you're about to see Steve Francis do. So let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so that was the Steve Francis pullback and cross. Obviously, he's incredibly effective at it. But I want to show you a move that by a perimeter player who is actually at the point of filming is probably the best perimeter player, one of the best perimeter players in the league right now, and that's Derrick Rose. Okay, and he does a move or incorporates this into his game and his drives just about better than anybody. And in this instance, obviously, Tyreke Evans is guarding him or trying to guard him, and he's sold him on that drive. So it's similar to the pullback. It's similar to the look-off, but when you're doing it, you're actually driving and you're always going forward. So it's called the D-Rose shuffle because you're going to quickly shuffle, and it's not so much as a shuffle as it is a change of direction, and then you go and finish around the rim. So you're driving, and if your defender is really trying to keep up, like he's motoring in that direction to try to stay in front of you and cut off your drive, what you can do is recognize that and then quickly cross over and beat him to the opposite side, right? So in this case, Tyreke Evans is trying so hard to get in front of Derrick Rose that he literally lunges in front and tries to cut off the drive, and all Derrick Rose does is one of those quick little crossovers that he always does, and changes direction, goes to the left, and then finishes at the rim. So let's take a look at this now, but as you're looking at it, remember that this can be done, in any situation. You can do it even if someone's guarding you at half court. If they're guarding you up the floor, you can get them moving fast in one direction, crossover, and beat them to the other direction. It doesn't have to be all the way into a finish. But remember, get him moving in that one direction, okay, as fast as they can, and then make your choice to either, pull back like the Steve Francis move, or then cross and go in the opposite direction all the way to the hoop like Derrick Rose. All right, so let's take a look at this video of that move right now. Okay, so that was the 6th and final pro dribble move we're going to look at by Derrick Rose, where he drops Tyreke Evans and just absolutely makes him look foolish on the court. And I want to talk about now how you can go about incorporating these 6 moves into your game. And there's really, very, very simple process to doing it that if you don't follow this process, it might seem better on the surface, but you're really just going to spin your wheels and get nowhere. So this is the process, okay? The first steps you need to take to incorporate these into your game. First, you're going to try every move in full court, in half court, and one-on-one. So, write these moves down if you need to. Watch this video over again and study the move if you need to. Study that highlight tape if you need to. And go to the gym and get in games, right? Play one-on-one, half court, full court, everything, and try every move that you literally can on the court, okay? So try all 6 of the moves. Decide on one that you like the best, okay, that serves you best as a basketball player for your own individual game. Decide on one that you want to master, then practice it during drills like the multi-V drills, during scrimmages, all of those instinctive drills that we've incorporated into the program. Make sure that you're practicing that one move over and over and over, and then master it, obviously. Get it to the point where you can do it at will, at high speeds. You can knock it out of the park and make defenders just jump out of their jersey trying to guard you. So master it, and then move on to the next move. Don't try to do all of these at once, okay? It's a recipe for disaster, really, because you can't incorporate too many things into your game at once, or else you're not going to be able to adapt and actually use them in games. That's where guys who are only good in practice, and they look so good in practice but they can't play at all in games, that's really one of their big problems, is that their game can't adapt as fast as their training and adding things to their game, right? They can't adapt fast enough. So make sure that you're mastering just one move at a time, okay? That one move, let it, add another 6 points per game, 8 points per game to your scoring average, and then go back and add another move, okay? Add it to your repertoire. You're not going to need more than probably 2 or 3 moves, okay, to be, an exceptional player, okay? You just need usually 1 or 2 for every situation. So 1 off the dribble, 1 off the catch, 1 off the drive, like a pullback or a Derrick Rose shuffle or something like that. So you only need so many. And if you master these and go through these steps, you're going to be very, very successful. Okay, so thanks so much for going through pro dribble moves. Go ahead and take a look at that highlight tape again and decide on the moves that you want to master, and then get in the gym and get to work. All right, so I will talk to you very soon.